Boom. We don't need to use Chrome for this. Leave. Connect. Put that over there to make sure it's working. Cool. Cannot kick it. All right, cool. EJ. Let's go. We'll get started here in a sec. Sorry, I had to get everything set up this morning. I thought I had it already. Ugh. It hurts. It's not adjusting. Usually adjust to my face. It's adjusting a little bit. There we go. Hope everyone's doing well. We will get started though. Welcome back. Welcome back. Now I kind of was just slacking. Like I still want to do the lives in the morning, but honestly, they're good for me to do these lives. But yeah, let's get going. Let's get going. I mean, I can't imagine that you're gonna get like a crazy move to the upside today. I can't imagine you don't get a dip on the day just with the government shutdown. We'll see. But I mean, ultimately, it came down to our level 24.65 overnight, 4 a.m. last, like 3 a.m. this morning, bouncing off that so far. But again, levels killing it right now. I will say that you break 24.65, you don't got a lot on the bottom. You don't have a lot on the downside there. So a lot to dig into. 24.97 is also a massive level. Like I can only say it so many times. Massive level. But yeah, here, let's do the rundown real quick for Discord. Hopefully some people hop in. If they don't, they don't. Post it on Twitter too real quick. One sec. So I don't know if any of you, guys caught what I posted on Twitter last night. It's kind of funny. So last night, I posted a thing about Jordan. I don't think Jordan saw, or he would have said something to me. Turn the brightness down a little bit. Anyways, so when I went and looked back on it, I tagged the wrong Jordan. I was like, I swear Jordan hasn't responded to this. Anyways, it's really funny. Okay, let's post this up for Discord. It's kind of tough doing the rundown. Like I get people still want it, like, or going over the watch, but when it's the same levels for like days on end. $24.65. I was thinking sometimes I may be not undercomplicated, but I make it seem really simple. But yeah, I mean, really, like you're trading the range back and forth here. If you get below 24.65, you got nothing. You got no support. You got nothing out of 24.4. It's gonna be tough there on NQ. ES, I mean, ES came to 66.81, perfect. I mean, like I said, definitely Dow actually pretty decent bounce. We'll talk about Dow in a second too. Dow's at a really good spot actually. So Dow is the most interesting because I would say Dow was probably the weakest yesterday. Like if we look at the indexes overall, the past like day or two, like I think Dow is for sure the weakest. You can see previous all-time high right there, 46.65. And yesterday you rejected there a handful of times. So going into today, it's interesting that Dow's almost right back into that level. Pretty interesting, but say your Dow level here. I saw someone comment as well on Nvidia. I think today's pretty big for Nvidia. Like, I mean, can be totally honest here. I mean, you're getting back above like 184, 184.5. You're holding above it, but we don't want to see. You don't want to see a dip back below 184. You get a dip back below 184, it's gonna be nasty. It's gonna be. I don't think it's gonna be easy to get back over this. You could come all the way back down to 179. You have a gap that is gross to look at, to be totally honest. But yeah, not ideal. Good to have you back. Hey, good to be back, King. Good to be back, King. Good to be back. I think Jay made me a banner too. He did. Yeah, I didn't download it last night. He's gonna be pissed. He's gonna be pissed. I'm not gonna lie, Tradeify's been slapping too. I'm a big fan of Tradeify with the new stuff they got going on over there. Uno momento. I'll add that later. But yeah. Where's IWM here in the pre-market? I don't see IWM getting a lot of love here, but yeah. Apple holding up. We'll quickly run through some of these names. Microsoft, big level. If it starts to get above this, you can see. Another big level. Jay really liked Microsoft. I haven't traded Microsoft a lot. Jay really, he loves trading this. So you get above like 518 here. I mean, you start pushing to 525, 524. Good looking name there. TSM's also interesting. We traded this once. We traded it from the move back here on Monday. Yeah. We traded it into 280. If you get above 280 here, I didn't double down and trade it again. If you get above 280, TSM does look really good. Definitely a must watch there, TSM. I think healthcare names are pretty interesting here too with what was happening with some of the deals with the Trump RX shit. But remember, Eli Lilly, you're coming back into your 200 daily moving average. Be really careful there. The tech names don't look that great. Will we get the dip on Amazon? That's the $1 million question right now. Can we get the dip into the 200 SMA, boys? Like, if we get the dip in the 200 SMA, one of the bigger opportunities out there. I'm trying to think of a recent name that we've had on the Mag 7 that hit the 200 SMA. This might be the last time we get one for a little bit of time. Could be wrong. If we're going to stay bullish, this should be one of the last times. Last night, I also made a video. Again, I haven't covered Cava in a while. But Cava got this retest of your IPO highs. Look at that. Look at that chart. Oh, my God, dude. Like, are we seeing this? Look at this chart on Cava. What a beauty. Right back into your previous all-time highs here. Look at that. This is your IPO. You IPO'd for like 2 weeks, you did nothing, and then you shot up to like $60. You rejected down to like 28, and you shot up to $150. And now you're retesting this level. I'm not telling you Cava is going to be the Chipotle, and I think that was very dangerous for people that were like saying Cava is going to be the next Chipotle. It's this and that. I'm like, guys, I don't care what you think about their food. What matters is the money, right? It's the most important thing. Okay, but I think now it's like I say. You have some value here. You're buying at a point where you're like, okay, well, you probably make some money here. This is what you want to see, right? So again, Cava, one of the few opportunities in some of these mid caps, definitely presenting itself. Hims, I covered it last night as well, but not too much to cover there right now. This is the craziest story of the year, hands down. Let me go through some questions. Good to have you back. Good to be back. Amazon almost the level you wanted. Are you gonna get into it? I think I just covered it. 200 SMA, 200 SMA, 200 SMA, 200 SMA. I'm gonna say it again. 200 SMA. I hope he gets that test. Time to consider YOLO on leveraged bond ETFs. You had me at YOLO. I'm not interested in the YOLO. Guys, believe it or not, I'm the same person from my YouTube videos. So if I'm trying to protect my capital, well, guess what? Maybe I'm trying to protect my capital today as well. Not gonna lie. Crazy strategy, crazy world. Who would have thought? But yeah. I mean, honestly, this is still the craziest part right now is that you have futures holding up so well. It really is wild that we're not caring about a government shutdown. I mean, maybe it's more of a question of how long does this go on? I don't know. Also, too, there is like it's totally possible that Trump did want the government shutdown so he can do what he wanted to do within the government as far as fire people, shut down certain things. Like, we'll see. And is that shady? It's kind of shady. I'm not going to lie. It's kind of shady. But maybe this is what he wanted. So we'll see. But so far, the market does not care. An initial dip, an immediate bounce is crazy. Is Netflix a liquid down to 1138? It's pretty illiquid. I'll tell you that right now. So Netflix, you've had the same support. So if you're in Discord, I posted this yesterday. 1180 is a monster support here. From here, you have like room to like 1160 right there, a little previous all-time high. Guys, I'm gonna teach you a really easy secret for some levels, guys. You want to hear the really easy secret? Again, I post free content. I don't know. Maybe you guys don't watch it. I don't know. Maybe you guys just, if I tell you right now, you're probably still not going to listen, but it is what it is. Okay. So free content, free education alert right here. Okay. The easiest way to spot levels in the market, the easiest way, right? If you need help doing this, all you need to do is go to the replay button and just replay it. Just replay it, right? So you don't have to see all this past stuff. You don't need to. Your previous all-time highs, guys, will continue to be levels over and over and over and over and over. So let's just play a quick game here. Let's just play a game. We're gonna get rid of all of our stuff here. All I'm gonna do is this whole way up. This is what we're gonna do. We're gonna mark out our previous all-time highs. That is all we're gonna do. That's all we're gonna do. I'm not doing anything but our previous all-time highs. Okay, that's all you're gonna do. Give me a second. Wouldn't really mark out any of that because you went straight up. There's no real pullback. And then you obviously have a low here, so you can just see that it's not high. It's just a low, like where you dip and yeah, whatever. Okay. Anyways, whatever. This is it. It's all your levels. And you can bring your 50 MA, your 200 MA if you want. But like, guys, it's that simple. It's what I'm looking at, what I'm watching. You can see the little low here too. That's why I had it marked out 1180. But for the most part, it's all your levels. Like, that's 90% of your levels. You can see exactly where they're at. So it took me 5 seconds to do. There's no liquidity below 1165, 1160. There's not a lot. Like, you get below, you have like a little swing low you had here, but yeah, you get below that. I mean, it's a straight shot down, probably your 200 SMA into 1103. That's what I'd be looking at. It's been a good name. I don't think it should be getting hit this hard, but who cares? Doesn't care what I think. Okay, so not YOLO, but consider tactical. Bet on bonds and light. Hey Jordan, I didn't do StreamYard this morning. There was a problem with sharing my screen. StreamYard changed something on it where I can only share screens from Google Chrome, so I had to get it installed in a second. So tomorrow I'll be on StreamYard. Wow. Okay, Jordan. But Jordan will be here tomorrow. I didn't think he was gonna be awake anyway, so I was like, shouldn't be a problem. But I'm telling you, Dow is the big question here this morning. And I'm telling you, like, you just didn't see any dip. Pretty remarkable. Tesla's I mentioned this in Discord yesterday. I was fighting my demons about buying Tesla yesterday. And pretty much every day, to be honest, it's one of the best looking charts out there right now. In my personal opinion, I think Tesla looks incredible here. Clear as day. Got like a flat. It's another one, like another flat top developing here. I don't really think there's much resistance here at 445. Just gonna say. So I mean, like, you do look good if you get above that. Like, you look really good. And if you go like to the daily, again, I recommend higher time frames. You don't have much here at all. Like, you don't have any real resistance. I mean, maybe 463. We'll see. But that's where you're at right now. I think you look really... And the daily charts here also are solid. Like, yesterday's daily wasn't great. But, I mean, what we put in there the day before that, Monday. So, Tuesdays was pretty solid. Like, we'll see. I mean, again, Tesla doesn't necessarily need the rest of the market to get going. It's one of those stocks. And I don't like saying that often because some of you guys are new. But some stocks don't necessarily need the market to go. They can just do it on their own. They'll Uno reverse, right? And Tesla's one of those names that kind of has gone by itself in the past. So that wouldn't really be surprising to me. However, I'd be careful just here. I like it a lot. I'm extremely, extremely bullish on Tesla here. I really am. Got Bitcoin also. Bitcoin's, again, I made the video, guys. It's funny when y'all see me. I don't generally make videos on like some of this stuff, right? Like Bitcoin, and unless I think there's opportunity. Where's bullish at? I'm telling you, bullish is another big name out here, guys. I'm telling you, as this is one of the best looking crypto names out there as far as risk to reward is concerned. Recent IPO, so I think there is a lot of risk associated with it, but I mean, inverse head and shoulders. You get above $70 here. I think it's a slap. I think it's a hammer. I think it's a big fat hammer. I'd be watching it. So yeah, I'd be watching that one for sure. Reddit dropped hard pre-market. I mean, it's too high. I'm not looking to buy it up here anyways, guys. If a mid cap, small cap, I think it's a mid cap Reddit, but if it's at all-time highs, I'm probably not going to buy it. It's just not in the works for me. Like, you know, like there's a train, there's a ship, that thing moved. That thing already left. It already left the station, right? I'm probably not. If it left, I'm not jumping out in the water, swimming in it, trying to climb up I'm not trying to do that, guys. I'll get another opportunity. There'll be another setup. But like maybe you come down to 200 SMA. That's the only opportunity I see here on Reddit is back here, like into like 165, 158, 200 SMA-ish down here. Got a gap fill. Until then, I'm steering clear. If you caught it, awesome. Happy for you. Upstart, it's below your 200 SMA. What does that mean, guys? What does it mean when a stock's below your 200 SMA? Does Tyler want to go long and stocks below your 200 SMA? What do we say at every video? Does Tyler want to go long on stocks below our 200 SMA? Y'all answer me. You guys answer me. So, important to understand that. You got Coinbase getting into... Got to get above 349 here. Above 349, you got a straight shot into like 370, 365. Big level there as well. Be watching that. Don't touch it. No, sir. You do not touch it. You do not touch it. You're betting on weak names. You're betting on weak names. Palantir is also a beast up here. Palantir is interesting. So Palantir, so me and Jay, it's funny that Jay likes trading Palantir now. That actually is like, it brings me joy that Jay likes trading Palantir because I don't really know why. But it's not like a bad name, don't get me wrong, but it's just the fact that it's consolidating up here is crazy. It really is wild. I mean, above 182, I think this could start pushing back into all-time. I mean, you're going to get the all-time high push here eventually. It's just like a matter of when. But the fact that you're basing up here when there's really not that much liquidity here is, to me, is bizarre. So pretty crazy. Really, really strong name. Pretty strong name on Palantir. As far as the mid-cap. And the options, honest to God, they move good. You know what I mean? That's half the battle. If you're trading some of these mid caps, small caps, like how do they move? Can you predict how they're going to move? Like do they line up? Are you taking too big of risk? Things like that. Palantir, you can make some good money off that. Oracle still looks terrible. Still looks absolutely awful. We have room now to like 261. We'll see. And then the gap folded on 244. Be watching that. But overall, I'm going to tell you right now, just like outside looking in right now, I don't see us break into the upside today. I see us most likely having downside. I mean, that's just a logical viewpoint to have right here, guys. I would not, even if let's say we start getting upside here on the day, guys, hypothetically, okay, let's say today, you know, I close the live and then market opens and we get above 24,815 and we start pushing 24,997. I would still be extremely, extremely cautious. If you're day trading, I would be focused on getting out of the market. My personal opinion. If I'm getting into trades, I'd be looking to get out of my trades as quick as possible. I would not be pushing the agenda. This is not a time for, okay, let's bump up the risk. Let's get aggressive. To me, that doesn't make any sense here. You know, again, maybe this is a short-lived government shutdown thing, but I don't want to be I don't want to have a bunch of chips in the middle of the table while we're doing this. It doesn't make any logical sense. Again, I get, it's really bizarre. Like, it really is bizarre. Like, if you look at like social media and what people are saying right now, they're like, guys, the government shutdown's not gonna have that big of an impact. We're still so bullish. I'm like, out of all the times to continue being really bullish, guys, you guys know I've been one of the biggest bulls in the world, right? I've been extremely bullish here on this channel, nonstop. But out of all times to stay real bullish, I don't think right now is the time. I'm not saying we're going to dip down to previous all-time highs. I'm not going to say we're going to crash. But if there was ever a time to be a little bit concerned, it might be during the government shut. I'm just, you know what I mean? Like, do we realize like what that means? So if it's short-lived, like 3 days, cool, whatever. Like, it gets solved, we'll probably pump after. Awesome. Count me in. I'll be there for it. Kumbaya. But like, there's no reason to like get super aggressive here. Especially like one of the biggest signs of what I'd be looking for today is Nvidia to get back below 184. You get back below 184, finito. Probably be looking immediately for some intraday shorts, to be totally honest. But yeah, like, it just doesn't make any sense. I wouldn't be getting crazy. Like, I just want to say that right now. Even if we go up, like, take the money and run. That's the biggest thing I'd say right now. What does Tradeify have going on? I think they're going to have a new sale coming on because it's like their anniversary or whatever, but it's a prop firm for your trading future. If you have no idea about futures, I wouldn't just jump into it. Personally, I would go educate yourself a little bit on YouTube. There's so much free education, not even from me, but from so many people. But yeah. What are your thoughts on MSTY? Is it the MicroStrategy thing? Yeah, so I don't really care. Like, if this works for you, you go for it. You know what I mean? But like, for me, it doesn't make any sense. Like, I don't really know what I'm going to do with this, to be honest. It goes down. So yeah, I'll just say this too, guys. Hear me out. And again, this isn't me being mean. This is me being honest. If you struggle to understand and to make money trading stocks in normal options on normal companies, right? Like Mag 7 names, or if you struggle to make money in this case, crypto, right? Why would I go focus on MSTY? Which is, it doesn't necessarily move off the price of the stock. It moves more off the options and what's being priced in there. Totally different thing to understand, but why would I get something more complicated? Like, go make money consistently for a year, 2 years, like successfully. Maybe you are, but like, I don't see the value proposition here for me. It doesn't make any sense. So yeah. Again, my channel might be the opposite for some of you guys. I don't like hype. I'll trade hype if that's the opportunity, but like, I just don't care. If something goes up 100% a day, I don't care. If it was on my watch list, I'll care. But besides that, don't care. Social media stocks, I typically are going to destroy me. I know that for a fact. They're going to get pumped and dumped. You couldn't even tell me why most of the stocks pump. So yeah, like, this is a big thing for me. Like, if I can't do something consistently, if I can't spot it consistently, if I can't repeat the strategy, if I can't do the same thing over and over and over, day in and day out, guys, I can't. That's not something I should be interested in. You know what I mean? Doesn't make any sense for me, right? I'm not gonna bring a hooker home to meet the family. You know what I mean? That's crazy. You know what I mean? What's that? I'm gonna grab my coffee real quick. MSTR, a MicroStrategy. He said, I know you don't like MSTY. What do you think about MicroStrategy? I think it's below its 200 SMA, right? Isn't it? Am I crazy? It is. I thought so. Death cross is your 50 cross and your 200, right? Am I crazy? I mean, I feel like I look it up so much to make sure. You might be getting a death cross here on MicroStrategy. So, I mean, I wouldn't bet on a death cross or like downside yet, but like Bitcoin looks good, but I'm not sure MicroStrategy. Almost at 280, big supports at 280. I'd be careful here. I think Coinbase, I think BLSH is probably my favorite name in crypto right now. I think it's just opportunity though, like amount of money you can make off of it. It's IPO gets above 70, it could boom into like $90 in a hurry. So, but again, that's speculative. That is risky. Anything to do with crypto, I think is pretty risky. But so far, the chart, the way it's playing out, looks kind of perfect. You know what I mean? Like, looks kind of perfect. Am I right? Am I wrong? Like, does this chart not look incredible? This is the weekly chart. Like, look at that. Look at that. Doesn't that look great? Is MSTY the same as MSTR? Just go to Google and type in what is MSTY ticker, and then type in what is MSTR ticker. You do that, and I should show you the answer. I think Miles is about to run in here. I think I'm kidding. Watch. See, oh, he was trying. My wife got him first. Thinking about joining Discord today. I will say, like, I mean, obviously, like, you guys want to join Discord. I appreciate you so much, but I mean, it's not like, you know, I always say it's just like, I think you get your value for sure, but it's like, be willing to put in work. That's the main thing here. You're just not going to get the movement here on NQ till market open. That's what's going to happen, but we'll see. Yeah, I'm anticipating down. So if you have any more questions, let me know. You don't have that brute strength yet, 232. He actually did. He does. No, he was pushing on the door, and then Ali grabbed his legs and pulled him back. PLTR. What other names am I missing out here? I don't want to go over any of the mid caps I covered last night. I already covered all those. Oh, Meta. Meta, this dip too. So you're going to keep... Honestly, Meta is going to be one of the best dip buys probably in the market as we approach... When is their earnings? October 22nd. Yeah. Yep. Telling you right now. Let's just hide the drawings for now. Okay, so if you are unfamiliar with what's going on with Meta, there is a real chance, by the way, that Meta dips down into 665. There is 100%. That is a real possibility that Meta dips down into 665. Now, I'm not saying it's going to happen. I'm not even saying it's a trade that I'm taking. I'm not taking that trade, okay? Meta is getting a dip right now because of what OpenAI is doing with their new app, right? So if you're unfamiliar, right, we can open that up. OpenAI social media. So they just announced that they're going to be releasing this new like social media AI. Yeah, like this AI app for social media. Okay, not iPhone Pro, not the iPhone. Yeah. So, and again, I think this is stupid. I don't see a world in which this is like, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm not. Maybe I don't see the vision. Whatever, possible. So maybe. But this is why Meta is dipping right now, is because OpenAI just announced they're preparing to launch a social app. It's specifically for AI generated videos. It doesn't seem like it's, I mean, maybe it's for other stuff too, but it seems like it's how they're wording it. It seems like it's just for AI videos, which to me is like a niche social media. Weird, right? Like really weird. I don't see how this smacks Meta personally. Like I don't see how this like pulls market share away from Instagram, Facebook, WhatsApp, everything they're doing there. To me, that makes no sense. I think this is dumb. AI, I mean, well, believe it or not, most of you guys are watching AI videos on like Twitter and TikTok, and sometimes you just don't know it. Like a lot of these videos that you're watching, there's a lot of stock channels. Like, and again, this is not me hating on them. I'm not going to name any names, but there's a lot of stock channels that literally you're watching an AI 8-minute video. Like they type in the prompts and what they want it to do, but you're literally watching an AI prompt video. Like it's totally happening. Like you really are doing it. So you just don't realize it. That's the problem. So a lot of people are watching AI videos. But I think like in a short format, like just watching AI videos seems like the ultimate brain rot, which is crazy. So yeah, Interesting. Good morning, Tyler. How much of a pullback can I have been giving your thoughts? It in theory, it's a range, guys. So again, this is the bad part of ranges. So again, you guys don't want to hear it, but IWM, guys, if the top of the range is at 244, where's the bottom of the range? 170. So in theory, like you asked me what's possible, IWM possibly could drop 70 points. Like that's totally possible. I mean, you have a bigger support in your 233, 234, and then you have like a 230, 225 level. But yeah, so biggest levels right now. What's going on? What's going on? Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Time is it? 8:05. Dude, NQ is still holding up, man. This is like bizarre. To me, this is just crazy. Where's Q's at too? I mean, so Q's are going to open up gap down, but yeah. We'll see. So in SPY and Qs too, your levels have been pretty consistent. Get below 596 on Qs to get bearish. For SPY, you want to get below, I think it is 661. Yeah, below 661. Like, honest to God, look where we closed yesterday on SPY. Kind of insane. Like, I didn't even realize at the end of the day, you closed near 667. Like a dollar away from all-time highs. Insane. But yeah, under 661, that's a bad look. Really want to get below 657 to turn bearish. Thoughts on Google? I've been trading Google a lot. You had your big breakout, but I haven't been looking to buy. Yeah, I mean, I don't love it, to be honest here. I'd be patient. Like, you're just so high. You know, below like 236, 235, pretty illiquid back down. Giant gap, 50 MA. I need a test. I need a dip to get interested. Yeah. 70 points over how long? I mean, I can't. You guys want me to give you like an odometer for the speed in which the market's going to drop? I can't. I'm just telling you levels. I don't think I've ever given you guys a timeline on a drop in a YouTube video. Guys, I believe it or not, I'm the same guy from the YouTube videos, right? It's the same. I'm same guy. Just answering questions while we're doing it. I know you have you guys wanted to ask me that in a YouTube video? Tyler, give me a timeline. How long is it going to happen? What if I use the time stone? Oklo. So Oklo is definitely a hype name right now, and again, it's moving up heavily with IWM. I think there's two areas that are really getting a lot of hype. I think one's getting way more hype than it needs to. I think quantum names in general, you guys know how I feel. Trash. Quantum is trash. It is so trash. Like, first of all, no one. If you ask anyone that's a diehard investor into quantum, like, they couldn't even tell you why they're bullish on. They couldn't even tell you what quantum does. They couldn't. They could like name one problem quantum could solve. They couldn't do it. Probably like world hunger. I'm like, oh, thank you. But Oklo, nuclear energy. I don't think it's as hyped of an area. I think it's getting a lot of hype right now, but it's not as bad. Okay, but it doesn't even. It's bad on trading view when they don't even show your revenue. That's always scary. But yeah, I mean, Oklo bare minimum come back down to $85, $90. Like, you need a dip. Like, am I buying up here? Any name that's going straight up, like in a vertical line, like, just think Tyler probably wouldn't touch this because he missed out on it. Amazon, shout out to Toria Jackson. Toria Jackson, it's the same thing I say in the YouTube videos. The 200 SMA. Say it with me. 200 moving average. 200 daily moving average. Same level. It's been there for a while. I'm still waiting on it. If you lose that level, scrap it. Should I pull out a micro strategy? Guys, I can't tell you what to do with your money, man. I just talk about what I like. That's all I do. I just talk about what I like. We evolved from NFT grifters to quantum grifters. It's just like, I'm just like simple. Like, this is a really easy like trick for anybody. Like, again, there are levels to this. So don't get me wrong. Like, again, people like to do this with other stocks. I'm like, guys, you have to actually take a step back. When you're making above $1 billion, like, you're a legitimate company at that point, like, very legit, obviously. But let's use a quantum INOQ. I think INOQ is probably like the biggest deal, like the biggest name. If you the more you go down the quantum list, the worse and worse they get. So just understand that this is your best one. Okay. This is this is the best one. This is the best you get. Like, if I was to say, give me, I need a team. I need a super team of quantum people. You bring me INOQ. It'd be like the best one probably. Okay. Okay. So as far as revenue, it's not that bad. Okay. They did, let's say $21 million. Cool. They did $21 million last quarter. Okay, the quarter before that, it's a little bit all over the place. 7 million and 10, 11. I don't know why it's up and down, but they did 21 million. Cool. If you go over and you just type it in, INOQ, what is their market cap? It's gone down a little bit because they are dipping, rightfully so. I'm not gonna lie, this is crazy. The speed in which this is going. Am I like on Canada? Like, what the hell is going on? That was crazy. That was crazy. Yahoo Finance literally almost crapped itself. Okay. Yes, like I thought. Their market cap is $21 billion. That is a crazy, I think it's 1,000 multiple. Is that 1,000? Is it 1,000% multiple? Right? That's 1,000% multiple. That's not 100x. Is it? You add 3 zeros to that, correct? I'm almost positive. My math, I could be wrong. I don't know. Whatever. But still, 21. You're making you make $20 million a quarter. Over a year, the best you're doing is $80 million, even though they're not consistent. So you're doing $80 million a year. And you're telling me the company is worth $21 billion. So, and they're not profitable. So that's another important metric. So yeah. Anything on DraftKings? I actually, I hate DraftKings personally now. I think DraftKings is in a really bad position, to be honest. I think what Robinhood is doing is crazy. What Robinhood is doing is insanity. I didn't think it would work, but it's totally working. First of all, DraftKings has been in this box. This is like, I don't know what you're doing here. This is crazy, but you've been in the same range from March 2024 till now, doing nothing. It doesn't look good. But Robinhood figured out how to take basically like degenerate gambling from stocks and options to actually going to becoming a little bit of a casino. Yeah. So I think I posted in Discord. They did 4 billion. Robinhood did 4 billion in transactions, not in revenue, but in transactions in their predictive markets over the last quarter, which is nuts. Like, that's a crazy number that they're able to pull off, and they're just getting into it. So yeah, DraftKings, any like online casino stocks, like I'd be really careful. I mean, Robinhood is taking them. It's just taking market share in every direction, which is cool. Like, I don't know how they figured out how to do it, but yeah. Robinhood is a casino. I mean, Robinhood stock is a monster. Like, holy crap. Just a monster. 140. Insanity. But they're just figuring, like, usually I wouldn't be a fan of what they're doing. Because what they're doing is they're getting away from their base that they're dominating in, and what they're doing is they figured out how to get, number one, young people to invest very easily, right? And then number two, they started bringing in a lot of older individuals with all their benefits to their matching of, like, if you transfer over your Roth or IRA or savings accounts over there, right? So they were just matching that. So they found a way to really attract both audiences. And then they kind of like, okay, well, we figured that out. We're growing rapidly there. Well, let's go to the predictive markets too. And I was kind of like, what are we doing? Like, you have something you're dominating in right now. Why would you like let off the gas? And they're not letting off the gas. But typically companies, when they start to branch out too much, they start to get worse. Right? That's typically what happens. Look at Meta, right? Meta's like stopped focusing on social media. Not stop focusing on it, but it was like, well, they did. It wasn't there where they were dumping their money, right? And then they started focusing on the Oculus, and the Oculus and VR just didn't blow up. It made some money, but it didn't blow up. They were burning so much money, it made them dump. And then they got back into social media, focusing on Reels, developing Instagram even more Facebook ads, AI, etc. And guess now they're back at all-time highs. So that's typically just a concern for me. I don't like companies that do that. Like, it usually is a giant warning sign. But Robinhood has figured out a way to thrive, and they're just killing it. Like, they really are. So, something I'm always thinking about. SMCI, I think, is one of the biggest. It's a good one, right? So SMCI, if you ask me about their financials, fundamentally as a company, I will tell you I don't like them. Okay, I'll tell you right now, I'm not a fan. But above like $48, if you hold above 48. Anytime SMCI has gotten above 48, you've seen a pretty explosive move. at least into 55, 56, whatever. Okay. On top of that, it's one of the biggest holdings in IWM. I like SMCI. I think it looks good. It's held it. That's your 200 right there. I can take away your 50 MA so you can see it better. But you mounted clear as day. You've mounted your 200 SMA. That's good behavior, good action. Risk reward here isn't bad. It really isn't. As long as you're above 44, I think you look really good. I haven't moved these levels in a year, I think. So pretty interesting spot here on SMCI. Definitely one of the better IWM names. Dude, even game, one sec. I hate to talk about it. I don't want to get pushed back into the algorithm that way, but dude, even GameStop looks kind of crazy. It's kind of wild. Like, I mean, I'm not going to, hey, you were down here in shit city for a while, but like, hey, look at you now. You're back. Getting back above your 200 SMA and mounting it. I mean, I'm just saying, like back above, pushing up, got a gap fill into 29 basically. Got another gap fill up here, $30. I don't know about the short interest, and I don't think it's a short squeeze play at this point anymore. Whatever, but I think they're in fundamentally I think they're in a really good spot as a company now. Like they have totally shifted what they're doing, which like I was talking to Jordan about this a while back. I was like, why are they not like in the collectible space more? Like, why do they not go buy PSA or CG? Some of these companies, like, why do they not do that? Like to get a foothold into Dom, like they did that. So good for them. But anyways, I don't think people that actually like invest in GameStop know really like what they're doing, but I think it's a really interesting spot here. Moderna, no, it's trash. Don't care. Moderna looks trash, man. Yeah. I will say though, yesterday in Discord, let me find this write-up. So actually had a really good write-up. So Plays with Fire, shout out to you in Discord. Okay, so Plays with Fire wrote this up yesterday. And if you don't know, I mentioned it on my video yesterday or the day before. I don't know what day I did. I don't know. So Trump announced this new thing, right? It's called Trump RX, right? So if you're unfamiliar with what's happening with the government or with the government shutdown, I'm gonna explain it to you like you're a toddler. So the Democrats are saying, look, we're not gonna sign this and avoid a government shutdown because you won't do this for tax for credits for healthcare, and you're making healthcare too expensive. Well, Trump comes out yesterday, which looks like this was the ultimate goal the entire time, and he goes, "Well, guys, we announced Trump RX." Trump, maybe we should have named it after yourself, but whatever. Okay, if people are shoving Tylenols down their throat now because you said they were bad, I imagine they're not going to use Trump RX. But who cares, right? Not your problem. Now, this is when I was like, okay, they're having a government shutdown. After I saw this, I was like, oh, okay, this is a lose-lose. Okay, so he announced this. Anyways, from there, he also had a speech yesterday where he went into detail. Plays with Fire had a good write-up. So not sure if anyone watched the Trump speech, but he mentioned another partnership with another drug manufacturer coming the next week. Purely speculative, but could be a big opportunity. In the Axios write-up, Trump mentioned Eli Lilly by name. He also mentioned Pfizer a few times. Given the landscape of what's already been named, the top candidates, Eli Lilly, Merck, Johnson & Johnson, Amgen, AbbVie. Obviously, this is risky, speculative, just an idea. PFE rose 2.5% in 30 minutes. I'm pretty sure they mentioned Pfizer a lot throughout that. So yeah, so Eli Lilly is one of the bigger winners, but I'd be really careful on Eli Lilly. The 200 SMA, you've been stuck below this for a while. You get back above that, I think Eli Lilly is a great long. A really comparative name as well for you guys for Eli Lilly is a UNH pre the destruction mode. I mean, Eli Lilly basically comes down to the support of like 712 going all the way back, February 2024, and you just hold here. You've done really well. It reminds me a lot of UNH back here when you would come down to like 450 and then bounce like 200 points every time. So watch it. Keep it on your watch list. Yeah. So healthcare names are really interesting. And there's a lot. Healthcare names are getting beat up because there was a lot of fear about what he was going to do with tariffs on healthcare because he was threatening healthcare tariffs for a long time. And he finally implemented them. They weren't that bad. So it's a good thing. J&J rocketing into previous all times. Just got to get them out. Yeah, so this is my thing. So this is my opinion. And J&J does look really good. I don't always like grabbing things that are like very low. But when you have a I'm imagining. I imagine in my head the sector will just heat up. Personal opinion, okay? Johnson Johnson's probably be one of the big winners. They're such a big name. But I would like to go with more of like the opportunity of like the reward side. Like the risk, don't get me wrong, the risk is still there. I'm not ignoring the risk. But like on a name like Eli Lilly, I don't think it's gonna have a UNH type of move to the downside. That's just not like a reality in my head. I could be wrong. But if you mount the 200 SMA, like the reward opportunity is just there, right? And I don't think I'm overpaying on volatility, IV pump, anything like that. Like I still have so much room back to the upside. That's what kind of entices me with Eli Lilly. Like Johnson Johnson looks good for like a day trade, but like, you know what I mean? You're back at all-time highs and it's just like, I don't know what I want to do. You know what I mean? I don't know if I want to hold something. I don't know how I want to trade it. You know, that's the fear for me. So yeah, I will say though, healthcare names, if like, let's say government shutdown stuff starts to dip, healthcare names could hold up pretty well. They're not as tied to the market sometimes, if that makes sense. So I'd be watching those as well. But yeah, Isaac Duke said Netflix. Yeah, I mean same stuff, man. I don't know. I already covered Netflix, but yeah, support is like 1180 here. If you hold 1180, this little zone, I think you look fine. You get below like 1163, could get really ugly. All right, guys, 5 minutes left. 5 minutes left. So if you have any last questions, ask while we're here. We'll be live again tomorrow. I've been waking up this early. It's just like I was telling Allie, I was like, the nicest part of my day is like just sitting in bed for like 40 minutes with Miles, and like we watch Bluey every morning. We cut that short to 30 minutes now. NVDQ. This is leverage. Inverse. Yeah, I don't know why I would trade this, man. Best of luck, brother. If you like it, maybe it's a good hedge. If you're heavily long in the market, then hedge. Nvidia's at all-time highs. Very good. Hold above 184, you look really good. I'd be looking for buyers to hold you there. No worries, Billy. Or Bill. MRK, Merrick. So funny, I haven't traded MRK since the COVID pill. I remember, funny story, this is side story. I was in college and I told my dad, I was like, hey, Dad, like, you want to make some like free money? Which I recommend not telling your dad that. But yeah, he was like, yeah, sure. What do you like? I was like, I really like this drug company, Merrick, MRK. They're going to be the first with a pill you take for COVID. He was like, all right, yeah, I'll buy some. And so I was like, well, how much did you buy? He's like, what options? He's like, 'cause I sent him and he bought them. Turns out my dad ended up buying like $10,000 worth of options. Like, dude, what are you doing? Like, I was still really young. Like, I was pretty young. I was like, dude, what are you, like, you're just blindly following? Anyways, I remember it was a grind on the trade, and then you shot up. And I was like, oh my God. I called him. I was like, get out of the trade. You're at $90. He's like, you only get to go higher. I was like, get out of the trade, dude. Get out of the trade. Take your money. It was in this time span where you're just like chopping back and forth, and you eventually shot up. I was like, get out. Anyways, haven't traded Merrick since then. But yeah, you're getting tore up. You get above the 200 SMA, you look fine. But until then, be careful. Also, too, we're right here. I'd be watching this level. 200 SMA and 88.5. Above 88.5 looks really good. It does probably have room back into like 98, $100. Core weave path. Core weave. I think core weave's fine. Dude, that bounce too was tough. So someone commented. They're like, core weave's crashing. I'm like, core weave's back in entry. What are we talking about? We went right back to your flat top, and I was like, what are we talking about? But yeah, core weave looks fine. You have room like to 146 still, but be careful, not YOLOing. I still think my gut tells me you get a dip on the market today. We'll see. I'll get bullish and like actually look for upside if Dow starts breaking back above previous all-time highs, 46.65. I think you're in a really good spot. That's been a really good sign. But yeah, cool story. He made money, but like, dude, the hard part is like people don't like. He made money on this last dip too. I told him some stuff that I liked, and he probably wishes he would have just listened to what I got. But he had some good plays back during Trump's tariff crash. He was asking like what to buy, and I was like, again, I told him exactly what I told you guys. Like, I know y'all think that like I have secret plays that I share with people. No, I'm very like direct. He was like, what should I buy? I was like, I'll only be buying Nvidia. Like, he was like, why? I was like, well, if you buy Nvidia 2 years out, 2027, you don't have to worry about it. Like, you're gonna put your money in there, you'll be fine. You're buying it at $100, like at stock price. You buy options for 2 years out. I'm not gonna guarantee. I mean, I'd be willing to almost guarantee you're above $100, like in the next 6 months, like for sure. Right back into somewhere near like 120, 130. You'll make money. Worst case scenario. Anyways. So he decided to split it up, which is kind of smart. He's like, well, I wanted to diversify. I'm like, well, you're kind of not diversifying because you're betting all on heavy tech names. So if tech goes up, they're all going to get they're going to go up. If tech goes down, they're all going to go down. And he was like, oh, that makes sense. I was like, well, it's too late now, but whatever. He made money, but he ended up buying like some Amazon, Apple, which Apple's paying off now. He bought Nvidia, but his big winner was actually, and I told him, I was like, look, I like it, but it's super risky. And it was Reddit. He bought Reddit. He bought Reddit below the 200, and he bought it below the 200 SMA, which I was like, what are you, Dad? Please stop. Please. It's like my number one rule. You don't buy stocks below 200 SMA. Anyways, he did. And so, yeah, he bought Reddit, and I think he was holding at all-time highs. Like, he still had it the last time I checked. So he might have sold it, but that was his biggest win. His Nvidia like went crazy, but he was just like, what do I do? I'm like, you do what you got to do, man. You're at all-time highs. Like, I did my job. You went up 100%. It's like, that's up to you. But anyways, guys, and again, it's the same stuff. Like, I just like to be responsible with people's money. Like, even my dad's, like, I think it's even more stressful when it's your family. It's super stressful. But anyways, guys, be live tomorrow. Have a good one. Discord, be there in a second. Have a good one, traders. Hasta luego. Hasta luego.